Okay, whenever you're ready.
Well, what you're riding is a 1960 Chevy Bel Air sports sedan. It was the first year of the wraparound window in the back, so if you look behind me here, when I go to shoulder check, all you get is panoramic glass. No blind spots there, no siree. And so the short story was Kayla, who worked with me at Uptown 7th, had told me that her mom had a car in a garage. I didn't pay a lot of attention to it. But then Kayla was moving to her house. She was living with her mother. So I said, well, grab a couple guys who'll come down and help you move. And she said, oh, no, you don't have to. I said, look, moving's a pain in the butt. And you get a couple guys move at least the big stuff, couches, otherwise you get a lot of things out of the way. And besides, then you'd be back to work quicker. And so we got there, then saw this car in the garage with 3 flat tires. Still looked fine, but just tired. Because the story was, let's just use 1990 as the rough year. But Kayla's mother, Diana, had purchased this car from her father, who bought it new in Steinbach, Manitoba. And it was primarily the Sunday driver. It was the car that would deliver lunches to the 2 sections of farms, which were a mile or 2 apart. From my understanding, they took it for 1 road trip, and that was to Thunder Bay. So the car was really just a bit of a runaround. So when Diana brought it to Calgary, she put it on the train, and I think it was in Cochrane where she picked it up. And then sent it to Mako, got a little bit of a Mako paint job, put it in the garage, and then she became pregnant with Kayla, and the car, she may have taken it out a few times at some point in time, but the car just sat there and rested. So we chatted a little bit, and lo and behold, got the car. Needed a whole bunch of little things, right? Like definitely 4 tires, new gas tank, brakes, shocks, all the stuff. But it's basically almost 100% original. Her father put a 1959 Chevy Impala radio in, and on your passenger side there's the optional mirror. So you actually have that option. The car has no 4-way flashers. The car has no backup lights. And unbeknownst to me, as I was driving down Deerfoot the first time with it, it has no window washer pump, because that was an option. Can you imagine that? Roads back then being with much more dirt, much less street light, and a windshield washer pump was optional. I still haven't got one yet.
Yeah, that is weird. Well, what are like pros and cons? What do you love and hate about it? Like besides that?
What, about the car?
Yeah.
Well, I was never really a big particular fan of the design myself. I found it to be a little bit pedestrian, but am I still stuck down first? No, it might be. Okay, yeah. In terms of the car, well, I mean, they were any American car from 1960. It's really not really that durable for winter, but defrosting and things like that. But other than that, the car is actually it's a treat to drive. You could drive at 70 miles an hour down the highway like I am right now and have a cigarette, and no ashes will fly around. What a racket. It's no racket, man.
It's smooth, huh? Very smooth.
It's smooth. You can drive along. What are you doing there, buddy boy?
But it's got a block heater and all that jazz, though, right?
It might. I don't know.
But it doesn't matter because you're not going to drive it in the wintertime anyway.
No, yeah, it's usually in storage.
What about the seat belt?
Well,
The seatbelt
I
question.
actually had seatbelts installed, and that was
Oh, you did?
yeah, that was the great deal of trepidation. Just kind of like, you could have that, but I got a little bit worried about, driving around anywhere, and if you did have an accident, I mean, yeah, the dash is in pristine condition, but it's all metal, right? I mean, these things are known to be the impalers, right? Like the shaft of the steering wheel is known to pierce people.
Oh, wow.
In accidents. So I thought, well, rather than I just thought it would be a better idea. But other than that, yeah, it's
So we should be wearing seatbelts right now.
yeah.
Technically.
Well, you got a seatbelt there, but
Oh, it's a seatbelt down here.
A seatbelt.
Oh.
Hoity-toity, yuppie shoulder belts. Jeez.
Oh, you're right.
Anybody should know that.
What's the gas mileage like?
Well, it's a 283 two-barrel. I think I get about 21 or 22 on the highway. If you're going 60 or 65 miles an hour. But a lot of times when you see these classic cars, people are just kind of putt. Yeah. It's classic in its own right. Because, I guess when you look at it and say, well, it's 58 years old. Which, is interesting because it's the same year I was born.
What about the tower? How is it in relation to the tower?
In relation to the tower?
Like the tower. How old's the tower? I can't remember.
1968.
Oh, so it's older than the tower.
Yeah.
I think this really makes a statement. I think you get definitely top marks for that.
Yeah.
Holy
Well, the
shit.
thing is, I was trying to tie it in because the license plate says Uptown 7th, so I was trying to tie it in
Oh.
marketing-wise with Uptown 7th. And just that time, what I found at the gallery was that I just had so many things to do on a daily basis, be it from shoveling the walks to removing graffiti, cleaning things up, redoing the window display, just life.
Totally.
Although there was one night it was kind of fun because the LRT line was shut down for maintenance work. So on a beautiful Sunday night, just took the car and drove on down the LRT line, parked it in front, took some pictures, and went on merry little way. And I think that was on the website actually. A few people were like, "How did you get your car there?" I said, "I just drove it there." Yeah, but they'll give you a ticket. Are you giving me a break? Give me a break. I mean, police officers were slowing down, looking at it, and giving me the thumbs up. They weren't even like, "Get off of here," because they actually had the ability to rationalize that the train line was closed down, and I had one block, and then I go back in my merry little way.
What about this car in the back? Is that
That was from
car?
Cuba. In Cuba, you get a whole bunch of wooden cars because you get a bunch of old cars. And let me tell you, you could go a city block and you come across 3, 4, 5 gift shops, and they all had these wooden cars. I can't tell you how many of them I said, "Do you have a 1960?" They say, "Yeah, right there." It's like, no, that's not it. It was a 59, 57, 58, anything but. And then finally, one of the last shops, I found one and one only. I'm like, "Do you have any more of this?" And of course, you're not talking about a car that's like a toy being delivered to Walmart. I mean, whoever carves them, I mean, that just happened to be the one that actually was what it was. And it's a challenging car to replicate, but indeed it was. Whoa, sneaky, otherwise I was thinking.
Okay, it's looking good now.
Yeah.
I think I closed your door a little bit too hard.
Yeah, you don't have to slam them, that's for sure. Not when they weigh like 100 pounds.
Yeah, no kidding. Sorry about that.
That's good, it's all good.
I like how these mirrors are. They don't really stick out. They're very
Yeah,
streamlined.
like it wasn't like I say, they were a pretty generic car, right? This is the biggest selling Chevrolet of 1960 because they were just the family car, right? the wraparound window. I'll turn on the park lights because when you get the tail lights on too, then at least you get the guys in the garage to get the door.
A lot of chrome here.
Off the hood. You get the big 13-inch wipers. Oh yeah, that'll do a man's job when it's raining hard. There should be.
And so this
Got
is
the
like,
generator, not the alternator.
so then you can fix this thing yourself then?
Yeah, my mechanic, they love vehicles like this because you can fix everything darn near.
How about parts? What's it like for getting parts?
Parts actually is surprisingly not bad. Probably the biggest challenge would be windshield, which I think retails for $600-700 if you can find them in those states. I mean, they're around, but it would be the rear window.
Oh yeah,
That
because
would be the real challenge.
this rear window. This is an epic rear window though.
Yeah.
It is amazing. How come they don't do this anymore? Why not? I mean,
Well, I think what it was the cost of the glass would have been quite exorbitant when you get bends like that, right? Versus a flat.
yeah. Wow. This thing is like epic with the capital E.
Yeah, those are what are they called? Hallmark radial tires.
What if you blow them? Can you get replacements?
Oh yeah, yeah.
You
Yeah,
can.
There's a couple of companies that do these type of tires. I think it's Coker tires and whatever else. But they're very expensive. But I happen to find these guys in California, and they're a two-man shop. So they take, they said, you want radial or belted? I said, radial, please. Went for a slightly wider tire.
Right.
And they basically take a little razor, circular razor machine, and they cut that rubber off, and then they re-adhere the white wall tire to it.
Oh.
And so I got those tires shipped up here. I think it's about $920 or something like that, including shipping from California when the Canadian dollar was still high. Hallelujah.
Yeah, that was a good move.
Yeah. Because my guy couldn't find anything less for like $375. You look at $1,500. Well, if I got that for $900, that's about $600 savings. Okay, brother.
Will do.
All right.
Take care.